conversation between Anakin Skywalker and Palpatine in the Opera House is one of the most iconic and important moments in all of the Skywalker saga. J.J. Abrams said that this moment is even the greatest setup in Star Wars history, a setup to Emperor Palpatine's return in The Rise of Skywalker, and the details of Darth Plagueis, Palpatine's own master and Sith instructor. There, he indicates to Anakin that there is a way to preserve life after death, and that Darth Plagueis, Palpatine's own secret master, had accomplished this, attempting to lure Anakin to the dark side of the Force, something that would eventually be successful, as Anakin Skywalker died, and a piece of him died literally in that moment, the identity of Darth Vader peering through the eyes of Skywalker. Now though, before we get too much farther, we have a quick question from our gracious sponsor today, Surfshark VPN. Do you have personal data that would be disastrous if found in the wrong hands? Data that could be stolen whilst you are browsing for the perfect destinations to visit with your brand new desktop. There are those that say you are safe with just antivirus protection. That's how you get information splattered all over the dark side of the web. That is why it's so important to have Surfshark securing your data, hunting down and eliminating anyone trying to leave with your information. Let's say that you are in orbit around Naboo, looking for your favorite Marvel movie to watch, but then you want to see what Netflix has listed all the way across the galaxy on Alderaan. With Surfshark, you'll be able to change the location of your device, meaning that you can be watching Netflix as if you were on Alderaan and catch all of their exclusive content and shows. Use our special code and get yourself 83% off, plus an extra 3 months for free. Not to mention, Surfshark has a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no reason for you to wind up. Don't forget, the link is down in the description. Now, let's get back into it. In The Last Jedi, we actually learned that Luke Skywalker learned a little bit about this, through both the novelization as well as the book from Luke's point of view, where we learned that Luke Skywalker was actually familiar with this conversation between his father Anakin and Darth Sidious. It is unclear exactly how Luke Skywalker knows of this conversation, but it is likely that his father Anakin wrote it down somewhere, and Luke Skywalker, decades after Darth Vader's death, eventually acquired these texts written by Skywalker, his very father, that outlined exactly what Palpatine told him in the Opera House that fateful night, and the legend of Darth Plagueis the Wise. Another possibility is that Anakin Skywalker's very Force ghost explained to Luke exactly how and why he fell to the dark side of the Force, which is what I personally would like to have believed happened, as Anakin would tell Luke the full story. Anyway, in text that Luke Skywalker himself would write, he would indicate his true thoughts on this moment and Darth Plagueis. Luke Skywalker apparently believed that Darth Plagueis was a complete myth and a legend fabricated by Palpatine, a myth in order to draw Anakin Skywalker closer to his side, with Luke believing that the dark side of the Force was not a pathway to immortality at all, and that anybody that was deeply ingrained in the dark side would eventually die, with no dark side ability able to save them. This of course goes along with the thought that Luke Skywalker had no idea that Palpatine actually survived his encounter in Return of the Jedi, as we learned very much so that Darth Plagueis was alive, and did teach Palpatine this ability to cheat death. However, at the time up until his death, Luke Skywalker believed that this was all a fabrication, and a great lie told by Palpatine in order to influence Anakin, believing that Darth Plagueis never existed. But what are your guys' thoughts on this, and this initial belief by Luke Skywalker concerning Darth Plagueis, in the fact that Luke believed that Darth Plagueis was a complete fabrication, and simply a story and legend told to his father in order to manipulate him by Palpatine? As always, my friends, thank you so much for watching. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.